Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, we're going to do a little overview of a refrigerator. Done overview on furnace and a water heater, but I hadn't had an opportunity to do one on a refrigerator. This gentleman called me today, and his refrigerator quit cooling a week or so ago. So we'll come out to take a look at it and see if we could figure out what's going on. And but I just thought I'd take this opportunity to just do a quick overview video on this. And sorry, I forgot my tripods, so the camera's sitting on the customer's truck, and we're just gonna this will just be a quick video, but let me show you what's going on here. This is the cover on the back side of the refrigerator. Move you just a little bit closer here. Now, the way an RV propane refrigerator works, it's mostly magic. You've got a heat source here, whether it's on electric or gas, and all it does is heats the chemicals, ammonia and the other chemicals that's in that cooling unit, and it actually just uses convection to just circulate it around the cooling unit. So it's a closed unit. This is called a gas absorption refrigerator. So most refrigerants, I don't care what it is, whether it's your heat pump or whatever, there's a little bit of misconception. They don't actually make cold. They just they take the heat away. This absorbs the heat, and what's left is cold. When you remove the heat, cold's left. Like I say, this is all magic to me. I don't know how this stuff works. Darren at My RV Works done a fantastic video explaining exactly how this stuff works. So if you're a real nerd, you want to know how that stuff works, go watch that nerd, and he'll tell you how all this stuff works. The only thing I did today was I come in, I told him to make sure it was running when I got here, and the flue over here is hot. I would like to see it be hotter, but it is hot, so the controls are somewhat working. It's running on electric, so the heating element is working. And so what we done here today is, I'm not going to show you exactly what I've done. Customer said there's videos out there. I'm just not going to put one. We just kind of, what I do, I call hot wire the refrigerator. We just power the heating element and turn the refrigerator off, and just power the heating element, let this thing run wide open for 6 to 8 hours, no longer than that. And the customer's going to see if it cools. If it doesn't, then the cooling unit is bad, and that's, with these RV refrigerators, that's bad news. At that point, the cooling unit has to be replaced, and I will not do these aftermarket cooling units. The only way that I will change a cooling unit in an RV refrigerator is to buy a brand spanking new cooling unit from the manufacturer, whether it's Norcold or Dometic. The bad thing is, by the time you buy a cooling unit, if they're available, the time you buy the cooling unit and pay me to change it out, you're starting to get within a few $100s of a new refrigerator. And if the refrigerator has any age on it, I just don't recommend doing that, because there you are, you've got a refrigerator this one's not, but say you got a refrigerator that's 5 or 6 years old. You've put almost $2,000 in it, and you could buy a new refrigerator for $2,000. So that would come with a new warranty, new refrigerator, new warranty. So I just can't justify usually changing the cooling unit anymore. And I absolutely, like I said, I will not use aftermarket. I got burnt by a couple of them, in my early days, and I will not do those anymore. So we got like I say, we got this one hot wired, and he'll let me know tonight in about 6 to 8 hours what it's doing, and we'll go from there. I think This camper's set up permanent here. He works out of it, and he lives in it. And I expect he's probably going to end up, if this has bad cool unit, he's going to end up pulling this refrigerator out and putting him an electric one in, and he'll be done. So like I say, now this was just a quick video, and I hope that you find some value to this. And I'm going to go up the road and fix another one, and y'all have a fantastic day. Is it just me, or does everybody out there that does any kind of speaking to a camera or speaking to people, and you know, you got all these great ideas in your head, and you done figured out how you're gonna say stuff, when you're gonna say stuff, and it's all worked out, right? And then you push the little red button on the camera and you go, duh, what was I gonna say? Well, that was me today. When we were talking about that refrigerator, quite a few things I wanted to go over that I forgot. And guess what? I had all these things worked out, and I turned this camera on. I forgot about half of them, but I think I remember enough of them to make this worthwhile. All right, when we were looking at the back of that refrigerator vent today, this green line represents the vent. Looks identical to it, right? Well, yeah. On the right side over here was that flue. That's where I was feeling to see if it was hot. And it was. Like I say, I would like to see that hotter, but you know, it wasn't the warmest day today. So it may not have been as hot as it would have been on a 90-degree summer day, but still, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about on a refrigerator. One is just about every modern refrigerator now has a little thermal disc here on this flue. And this is one of the safety features. If that thing overheats, it shuts the refrigerator completely off. So if your refrigerator quits working, especially if everything quits working, the light inside quits working, you got no lights on your control panel, no nothing, you got no heat here, check this little thermal disc, because that is an overheat switch, and that is typically a resettable one, just like the one that was on that water heater when we done the water heater walkthrough. I'll put a link up here to that. That'll show you a little bit more about that resettable high limit switch. Well, these have those too. They'll have a little button in the center of it. And like I say, if your refrigerator just quits working completely and the fuse is good in your wherever all your 12-volt fuses is at, come out here and check that thermal disc. Just push that little button. You may feel it or hear it go click, and I bet you things will start working. And that may or may not mean there's anything wrong. It's just that it read too much temperature and it kicked out. Reset it. If it kicks out again, it may be time to call a professional. Let him or her determine whether it was just a false reading, maybe it's a bad high limit switch, or there's something going on and actually causing too much heat. All right, because like I say, this the only thing that's going on in this flue is there's heat, whether it's the electric element or the gas flame. You know, all it's doing is heating here, and that starts the liquid moving in that cooling unit by convection by heating it here. Okay, and then this right here, whenever you open your door and you see this little black tank looking thing here, looks maybe something similar to that, with some lines coming in of it, out of it. That's an expansion tank of some kind, and yeah, typically that would be warm. That's kind of the end of the line. So sometimes this will probably be warm, but this one today was just ice cold. Say it was hot over here, but it was ice cold right here. I think that's the main things that I forgot to say today, and so there they are now. So that's going to be the end of this video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.